Hello and welcome to Operation Lifesaver. Just want to give you a brief little introduction of what Operation Lifesaver really is. Operation Lifesaver goes out and we talk to families like these folks here, to children, to police officers, truck drivers, school bus drivers, or anybody that will listen to us. All right? And we talk about railroad safety. As you all noticed, around the tracks you might see a yellow sign like this with a cross and the two R's. What this means is railroad crossing. All right? You'll see that ahead of the crossing. When you get a little closer to the crossing, you'll see a sign like this that says railroad crossing. This is called a crossbuck. Some of them have flashing lights, some of them have gates that come down as well. One thing I want you boys and girls to do is look, listen, so you can live, all right? Whenever you're around the railroad tracks, look both ways to see if a train's coming. Then listen for the train. If you do that, you're going to live. Playing around railroad tracks is very, very dangerous. Right? You notice my friends Sly Fox and Birdie are standing way back over here, way, way away from the train. Right? You have to stay away because you might have some straps or something like that come loose and they could hit you and it would hurt very, very much. One thing you want to remember, if you can see Birdie and Fox here, they're kind of small, aren't they? The train is pretty big and it's very, very heavy. The engineer sits way up high up there in the locomotive. He can't see small children out on the tracks in front of him. Again, these things are very, very heavy. They can hurt you. It takes a long time for them to stop. So one thing I want you to know is kids are small, trains are big, so tracks are for trains, not for kids. Now here we are at the crossing. The gate is down, the train is going by. Sly Fox and Birdie are back away from the train. They don't want to be anywhere close to that train. And why not? Because trains are big, kids are small. Tracks are for trains, not for kids. All right? Also, you notice that Sly Fox has gotten off of his bicycle. He doesn't want to be riding across the railroad tracks on the bicycle because he stands a chance of falling. And if he falls on the railroad tracks, he could get very seriously hurt. All right? Once the train has gone by, you want to look both ways again to make sure that there's no other trains coming, because there may be another train coming on another track. And why are we doing this, boys and girls? Because trains are big, kids are small. Tracks are for trains, not for kids. Okay. What these girls doing here, does that look like it's safe? No. They're sitting out here on the tracks, having a conversation, talking back and forth. Right? Do you think that they're going to be able to hear that train if it's coming? No, they're not going to be able to hear it because they're concentrating on their conversation. Right? That train could sneak up on them just like that. Right? So again, trains are big, kids are small, tracks are for trains, not for kids. Okay. Now, if you stay off the railroad property, stay away from the trains, you will stay alive. All right? Always remember that. Look, listen, and you will live. Also, stay off, stay away, you'll stay alive.
Whenever you are around tracks, the most important thing to do is stop, look, and most important of all, listen.
Stop, look, and listen. I can do that. Stop, look, and listen.
You know, Fox, the best way to be safe around trains is to just stay off, stay away, and stay alive.
Want to be safe around big trains? All you gotta do is use your brains. Yeah. So stomp your feet, jump and jive, stay off, stay away, and you'll stay alive. Stay off, stay away. All you gotta do if you want to survive, stay off, stay away, and you'll stay alive. Oh yeah. The best thing to do when stepping near trains, use common sense, yeah. Use your brains. So stomp your feet, jump and jive, stay off, stay away, and you'll stay alive. Stay off, stay away.
Now you're getting it. Trains are big, and it's hard for them to stop quickly. Even if the engineer does see you, it could take a long distance for them to completely stop. That's why it's so important to look for trains every time you see a crossing signal.
Crossing signal?
Yeah, like this one here. When a train is close, it will light up and warn you.
Ooh.
When a train is coming, don't try and run in front of it. Instead, stand back and watch it go by. If you are in a car and the car stops on the tracks, get out right away and get clear of the tracks while you wait for help.
The train yard seemed like it'd be a lot of fun. Too bad we can't play there. Is there any safe way that I can play around trains?
Well, actually, there is one way to play safely around trains.
Why are we doing this? Because trains are big, kids are small, tracks are for trains, not for kids. All right? I want to thank you very much for your attention. We will do other programs in the future, I hope, and I hope to see you all again here real soon. Thank you very much.
Hi, Margaret. I see
Railroad Richie and his two helpers, Birdie and Slide Fox, incredible. And I'll tell you something, I learned something tonight. I know about a lot about safety on the road, but not railroad safety. That was a great show, and that Tommy James, I'll tell you, he never ceases to amaze me. Now, if you want to be on our next show, boys and girls, call this number, 401-727-2509, or email me at provdancingcop@aol.com. And remember, this show is free. You don't have to pay for it, or you don't have to buy a ticket. Just call this number or email me. We'll see you for the next show.